Hello and welcome to this XRPM broadcast from XRPM TV. I'm Henrique with you today, and with me I have my trusty co-host, which tends to take things a little bit serious, and I don't, Hugo.
Hello everybody, good night and welcome to round 1 qualifying of the World Endurance Championship. I hope you enjoy watching this broadcast, so stay tuned.
Just find out that I was broadcasting for Channel 1 and Channel 4 at the same time. That doesn't work. So it's Channel 1, guys. And as Hugo said, they qualify for the first round of Endurance Championship of XRPM. And it's from Magny-Cours, the French track. I'm gonna say the French team again, as I said on the preview video. If you saw that, I was thinking on 51 Racing. I was going to say the French track will receive the first race of the championship. And Hugo, keep talking because I have to change this for live. And Hugo doesn't talk, but anyway, this goes to live one way or the other. Just gonna say that we are waiting for the qualified to start, and most of the drivers are doing the final training laps. That's the reversal, coming out with the Audi from
and of qualifying will start just about now.
Yeah, the time changed and you can see the lights changing too. So we're gonna follow Peter Grau, with the Ferrari, and he's got Riccardo Corazzari with the Porsche in front. This first half an hour, I think it's half an hour, is only for the GT drivers. So you can see the GT guys going out. It's Riccardo Corazzari in first, Grau in second, Abizanda in third, and fourth is, to open up my live timing, and is Peter Grau and Adal Bueno with the other Ferrari from I think Corsa Motorsport, which is the Ferrari from the mode itself and not from XRPM. These drivers don't send yet their skins.
Yeah, most of them sent it until tonight's qualifying. Today we got 3 new skins. Hopefully we'll have all the skins for the race on next Saturday.
Exactly.
So Henrique, now that we have changed the mods and we are hopefully ready for round 1 of the 2014 World Endurance Championship here at XRPM, what are your expectations for this championship now that we have everything running smoothly?
Well, I expect it to be to have good quality racing. Sorry about that, I had to switch off my sound. I was going to say that I expect it to be with good racing, good fights. We know because of last year we have a quite good paddock for this year. We have good teams, good drivers. And when I say this is because I know most of them, so I know how they react to things, and we have very good drivers, very good teams, very professional teams. Some of them are, and believe me when I say this, they look like Audi from real WEC working, and that's what we expected. We expect fights, we expect racing, and we expect a good clean races, which endurance normally you cannot have. Clean races, you're always gonna have some incidents here and there because low traffic. Oh, when we see a crash, and a big one from Peter Grau from on board of the car.
Meanwhile, Riccardo Corazzari is on his first hot lap.
I was watching the live stream, and I forgot that thing has delay. So if you saw the crash before I said, sorry, I was watching the live stream. Stupid mistake, sometimes happens, but anyway.
Like I was saying that Riccardo Corazzari is in his first hot lap. Ricardo, Marcelo and Osvaldo, they created a new team, the RFDT Racing. Basically they were running for my team, Hawkeye Racing Team, but they decided to create an all-Italian team. So I have good expectations for this team on this championship. Ricardo did 140.1, his first hot lap on this qualifying session. That put him on 3rd position.
Yeah. Yes, because Adal Bueno managed to post 147.9. So, as you were saying, the RFDT team racing with the Porsche, which is the team from Riccardo Corazzari, they are, in my view, because obviously most of these teams are new, especially on GT, they are the favorites for this year. But again, the teams are new, so we are trying to know them. And Adal Bueno had the best time, but now he doesn't, because Mauricio Arias, the Brazilian man, did 137.098, so best time on the qualify yet for the men's on the GT cars. As for Ricardo, is doing the session best sector 2 at this moment, and you're watching him on your screen. So he's doing the second best sector. We'll see on the final one.
Yeah, he did a 41.4 on sector 2. Let's see at the end of his lap.
And he does
136.4.
Yeah, responded for the fastest times on the session. So we went 6/10 faster than the second best time. Well,
Mauricio Arias is from P2P Snow Shuttle Racing Team. They are racing with another skin tonight because they were having issues with their own skin. Just letting all know.
So that's why I couldn't change course. I hadn't a factor selected. But anyway, Adal Bueno, the Spanish driver from the Canarian team. I hope I'm not wrong, because they will be racing on NLC Trophy with the Canarian team.
And Adal Bueno is from Pro Race Simulation.
Yeah, exactly, the Canarian team. Our friends from Canaries.
Yeah.
It doesn't make them less Spanish than the guys from the mainland, but it's like me. I'm from Madeira. Doesn't make me less Portuguese than Hugo, that is from Lisbon. Even though I cannot talk Portuguese. Bueno.
That's correct.
Well, you don't understand. I am talking Portuguese. You don't understand most of the things that I say, but anyway. Exactly. Bueno is completing another lap. Comes for the last chicane, which has a name, and is the complex of Lycée. I think it's how it's spelled. I'm not sure. It's Lycée Pin and then complex of Lycée, which is the last chicane. We would have a Ricardo Corazari there going off on one of the corners. We were gonna have a onboard lap with one of the drivers, but unfortunately that wasn't complete in time. So sorry. You guys have to see the track as they race in it. That was the Adelaide hairpin, then is corner number 6, then is corner number 7, which is Nürburgring. There you go, Nürburgring, and then corner number 10. Corner number 10 already passed a long time ago. I was checking and now it's the Lycée pin. Oh, first the last chicane before that. Sorry. Now it is. New tracks, new things to learn. Chicane. Yeah, 17 laps, 17 corners. They have a lot of corners named after famous circuits. They have Nürburgring, they have Imola, they have Estoril in Portugal. They have... Oh, that's it. That's only the only three. Magny-Cours, the French track that receives the first qualify for the first round of Endurance Championship. Abianza slowing down. This is Eduardo Silva. In one of the Porsches, there's a lot of Porsches on this championship, and a couple of Ferraris too. This is another driver that doesn't have their screen ready. Hopefully for the race on Saturday that will be changed and everything will be ready.
Yep.
As for it's Emerson Silva, not Eduardo. He's doing a 1:37 something. I couldn't see because the live timing just updated. There you go. 1:37.5. He is 2 seconds thereabouts. 1.8 seconds away from Peter Grau that has the new fast lap 1:35.7. So
yep,
Hugo,
exactly.
How faster can the boys from LMP1 and LMP2 go?
Well, that is indeed a good question, because
you don't know?
No, that's not the point. The point is, I don't know if everyone was hiding their game, letting until this qualifying session, and I don't know if they will still hide their game for the race on Saturday. You know.
Yeah.
So
could be.
Yeah.
Then again, you said it various times that speed isn't everything on endurance.
Exactly. Most of the time, is not the main important
Miklos
thing.
Fazekas, great name. Miklos Fazecas. That in Portuguese means naughty things. Did a 1:38.748. This is the fastest lap, and he is 3 seconds away from the fastest one. So they have to really have to pick up the pace, otherwise they're gonna lose in the race. They're about 2 seconds for the men's from 3 Wide Motorsport GTE. So at the moment we have 3 Wide Motorsport with Peter Grau 1:35.780 as the best lap. Then we have Mr. Riccardo Corazzari from the Italian team RFDT Racing 1:35.957, almost inside 5 again.
Yeah. Adalbueno 1:36.9. That's the third fastest time.
Then is, and the live timing updated again.
Then you have Mauricio Arias from Snow Shuttle Racing Team 1:37.098, 1:37.165 to Emerson Silva of Club AV, and 1:37.176 for Carlos Abizanda from Sinfrenos Racing Team. Closing the LMGTs, we have Miklos Fazecas from Nike Dream Team with a 1:38.748.
Just finishing the chat with Mr. Walter Lemons, which will be the official commentator with me on the Endurance Championship. He cannot be here tonight because he had a race tonight on R Factor 2, so he cannot be here with me. Is Hugo. Hugo is basically the same thing, just Portuguese.
Thank you.
And less funny, but anyway. I was hoping to hear go yourself, but apparently Hugo doesn't say that.
I can't be bothered with your with your provocation.
Yeah, if it was in Portuguese, believe me, he would say that. But since it's in English... Oh, and Fazecas does a massive spin there. Well, goes a bit sideways. Not a massive one. Peter Grau, the fastest man on track, with this quite good Ferrari, and his spins too. In. That's a biggie on the wall. Mr. Riccardo Corazzari with the Porsche. Still maintains the second position, or did he manage to post a faster lap than that?
1:35.889 for Riccardo Corazzari. He has the second fastest time. Only 1/10 of a second to Peter Grau.
She's good. She's good.
Very good qualifying for Riccardo Corazzari. It's one of the best qualifying sessions he has done here at Extreme RPM.
Yep, and I was going to say that you can talk to us on Facebook of Extreme RPM or the Twitter. That's hashtag XRPM Sims on Twitter and extremerpm.org on Facebook. You can talk to us, ask questions, or just to say how rubbish we are doing commentating. You can do that. We're gonna read it. We have time actually, so go there and commentate. Hugo, how are the times at the moment?
Well, Peter Grau is still top of the standings, 1:35.7. He's followed by Riccardo Corazzari in the Porsche, 1:35.8. Then 1:36.8 for Mauricio Arias from Snow Shuttle Racing Team, 1:36.9 for Adalbueno, 1:37.1 for Emerson Silva on the Club AV, 1:37.176 for Carlos Abizanda, and closing the pack 1:38.7 for Miklos Fazecas.
Yep. And
so the difference between the first and the 7 is only 3 seconds. Or
yep.
It's 3 seconds, but
yep.
Not much more.
Yeah, you're watching Riccardo Corazzari on board, and you've seen that yellow lights pop up. He's not even pushing the engine too hard. because I know first appears that yellow lights and then there's a red one when you are on the speed limiter, the rev limiter. So he's not pushing that car that hard, even though the yellow ones mean to change gear. He's not pushing it hard on the gears. Mr. Fazekas passing by on the Ferrari, and Mr. Ricardo doesn't show us the top speed of the Porsche. Still, that was the longest straight on Magny-Cours. If we gonna see a speed trap, wasn't there. So for you guys to see how much these cars do, they do on this track, on this configuration, about what, Hugo? 220.
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
The speeds that GT can do on this track.
Well, that is a good question. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what speed they can achieve on the main straight, for example.
Yeah,
but
Ricardo didn't show us that because
we can watch. Yeah, maybe we can watch an onboard lap.
We are watching.
Okay, 1:35.730 for Riccardo Corazzari, the fastest time of his qualifying session so far.
Yeah. Ah, that's why he backed off. He's trying to see who's gonna post another fast lap. He's just measuring the competitors. That's why he backed off from the lap. On the last chicane, and he comes for the pits. We go on board now with Mr. Grau, and I said 220. It's more than so you could see there he's doing 210 on one corner. So yeah, it's more than 220. Let's see now the top speed of a GT car. This is the big straight. Well, with a corner in the middle. 257, I think, was the max speed in kph that I saw on the speedometer there of on the dashboard there of the Ferrari F430 of Peter Grau. Nice looking car though.
Yeah, it is. I kinda like it, their cars.
Very nice looking car. It's not the Ferrari 458, which is one of the most beautiful sports car yet ever. But the 458 is still quite a beautiful car, and I must say, well painted. Is still one hell of a challenge to beat it. You can see here, very beautiful car. It's not a hard car, but it's still very beautiful. Well, we have two hard cars on this championship. We have the Project XCR cars. They are basically, and this is literally, hard cars. They have flames all over the car.
Yeah, exactly. You will see both of the cars in about 15 to 20 minutes. More or less.
Mauricio Reyes is coming out of the pits. Mr. Marcio Reyes, which is a new driver. I think we never seen him drive on XRPM.
Yeah, he's new.
Correct.
He's racing for Snow Shuttle Racing Team.
Those ones we saw. But him we didn't.
A good qualifying session. Now the difference from first to the last car is only 1.4 seconds.
Just turning down the quality. Just turning down the quality on my stream, otherwise it's gonna lag massively my computer, and then someone is gonna cry because he cannot commentate. Mr. Marcio Arias is doing a fairly good qualify. He's at the moment 136.4. That gives him third place.
Yeah, P3 for Snow Shuttle Racing Team. Good debut from him.
Yep. We have six of the 7 GT cars on the server. That's good for the first race. I'm pretty sure the seventh car had some problems on sync. Pretty sure of that. Because they not being here means that something happened. I'm just watching Twitter, and I saw now a photo from Mr. Shane Burke. He's gonna be on track in 8 minutes, and he says he will be happy with top 5. And the photo shows gloves and a freaking G27. Shane, do you use gloves for your
He's teasing us, he's teasing us.
Yeah. So, as I said earlier, this there's some guys that are really professional. Adal Bueno, the Spanish driver, is he still in contention? 136.9 gives him what, 4th place? Yep, before for the man from Spain, and they seem of Spaniards still. They're about 1 second and 0.2 away from Ricardo, which has by the way the best lap time in the session, at 1:35.587. He's just posted the fastest lap, last lap. This is amazing. Ricardo is going for it, and he's showing everybody that he's the fastest one on hand GTs at the moment. Attention, at the moment he is basically the fastest driver around. Abisanda with the Ferrari, another Ferrari, going very wide on the airpin. I have to start to say at light, otherwise you guys won't recognize the corner. So that hairpin was at light. Adlight, that's a woman name. Hugo, does your girlfriend calls herself Adlight?
Of course not.
Crap. No, this is chicane in the straight. This is one of the corners. I don't know, straight. I have to say, this is being so hard to me to recognize the corners, because I have the map of the track, and I know the name of the corners, most of them. But the racetrack that we're racing is not doing or making the same sense as the image. So is that Magny-Cours? Hugo, did you put Nürburgring instead of the Magny-Cours? This is Adlight.
No, I didn't.
This is Adlight. Then you should have corner number 6, which is basically kind of chicane, super fast, and then you have Nürburgring, which is corner number 7, and then 8, corner number 8 here. Then is 9, Then it's 10. 10 being the 180.
This is a very good track.
Then you have 10. Then you have a straight to Imola. Imola, that is the chicane, 12 and 13. Yeah. Then you have another straight to Chateau de Hau. I think it's how it's pronounced. That's corner 14. It's almost an hairpin. Then it's a straight for the chicane, and then it's a straight again for Lycée Pin, which is the corner number 15, and then it's complex Lycée. Is this correct?
Meanwhile, qualifying for the GTs is almost done.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Or 3 minutes and 37 seconds to go, to be more precise.
Grand Curb. Great name for first corner. Great Curb. Oh, back end being a little bit loose for Albianza.
Yeah, looking at the standings at the moment, we have Riccardo Corazzari with the first position for RFD DT Racing. Second position for Peter Grau on the 3-wide motorsports.
Albianza doing drift on Adelaide.
Mauricio Arias from the Snow Shuttle Racing Team on position number 3. Adalweno on 4th position. Emerson Silva on 5th position for Club AV, and closing the GTs, Carlos Abizanda on position number 6.
Yeah, and Shane Burke just responded to me. He said, yes, I use gloves. Mention my sponsor, EuropeanMotorNews.com. So that's mentioned, Shane. Again, you can tweet to us or comment on Facebook. Just go to on Twitter XRPM Sims, and on Facebook is extremrpm.org, and comment or tweet to us, and I'm gonna try to read everything. Don't make things with 1000 characters because I cannot read it. And somebody is talking to me. I was trying to understand what the heck was Hugo saying to me, and I did, which is to pass the Thrustmaster sponsor video on the next 5 minutes when these guys finish their qualify. So
1 minute to go.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna know that we're gonna pass the Thrustmaster video about the Thrustmaster TX steering wheel, the new steering wheel with a lot of new features, and one of them is having a industrial feedback motor, feedback mode engine. Yeah, I was gonna say motor, but that's in Portuguese, isn't it? Hugo speaks English badly than me, so worse than me. So you cannot correct me when I'm wrong. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well,
if
you saw Starting Grid, the program from this week, you wouldn't understand why I'm saying this. So if you didn't watch, go watch. That's on YouTube of Extreme RPM. You could go there and watch the 1 hour point 10 minutes of program. It's from what people are saying to me, Bianza going sideways, and holy moly, and he flips over, and that's a biggie. That's a big crash. I'm pretty
sure.
The
qualifying is over for the LMGT class. Riccardo Corazzari, position number 1 in the RFDT racing car, Porsche.
And the Mr. Peter Grau finishing his last lap, and Mr. Arias is finishing his lap. Alessio Arias going for the...
It's the only car currently on track.
Yeah. And he's not, because he's going to the pits.
Yeah.
There you go. Now we're gonna do a break, because we're gonna show you the Thrustmaster TX steering wheel. Stay with us, we're gonna be back in 2 short minutes. See ya. Hello and welcome back to the broadcast of the first qualify of XRPM on SimRace TV.
We will have now Daryl Russell helping us for the rest of this qualifying session on the live commentary.
Yep, and I knew that we're missing somebody, and it was Brian Hall from Hall Brothers team, the last GT car going out. And we have already Smarla on the end of the pit line, having to start the qualify. We have Daryl Russell with us. Daryl, hello.
Hello.
Mr. Daryl, then how is your team doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Excuse me. New car, new season. Daddy out, and our drivers are happy with it. So we had some experience with the RDR 15 in the last season, well, just before we started, before we had the problems with it. But testing wise, I had a bit of problem trying to get the car to handle on this track, because for some reason, I don't know whether it's the nature of the track or it's the car or the grip level, but testing last night, 1 minute I had grip, next minute I didn't, and it just threw the setup out the window. I had to start from scratch again. But I think we seem to be okay now. I would say we're letting Darian do the qualifying today, because he's been fastest out of all the drivers so far, and I'm a second slower than him. Ben and Nabil, I've not really done any track time in the car yet, so I'm hoping they're going to be doing some testing before the race day.
Sorry to interrupt you, Daryl. Just letting everyone know that the qualify for the LMP1s and the LMP2s has just started.
Yep. Carry on, Daryl, then.
Yep, and as you can see, is my teammate Darian Bailey, just a second person to go out in the P1 Audi R10. I'm hopeful that we probably might get out of the P1s here at the moment. We probably might get third or fourth if we're lucky. But
sorry to interrupt you again, Daryl. We will have now Ricardo Corazzari, the poleman on the LMGT class, for a short interview. Feel free to ask him any question.
He is so bad-tempered. Never seen somebody so bad-tempered than Hugo.
Hello, Ricardo.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hello, and congratulations for your pole position.
Thank you, you're welcome. That was a really a big fight for the pole tonight, and I was expecting this from Peter Grau because we saw in test races, also with the previous mod, that he was one of the more strong here, and yeah, that's a really good result for the first race. I was really trusting in it, and it comes, so yeah. Let's continue like that.
Yeah, this is a small. I'm going to provoke you. Basically, you just had to quit my team to get the pole position. You bastard.
No. We quit. We changed it for many reasons. The first, of course, is that RFDT is a completely Italian team. Guys are about on the same, quite on the same age. We have
sorry, Ricardo. Major crash from Darren Bailey on one of the corners. Henrique, if you can have a look at it, please. Continue, Ricardo.
Okay, no, don't worry. The priorities now is different. By the way, and we are now sure that we can have the plus drivers for the 24-hour of Le Mans, and yeah, the main reason was that nothing different. Also, I spoke with Richard, the hockey team manager, to help him. Sorry, for example, in the GPWC with the formulas, and now we haven't decided anything yet, but let's see, maybe we can make a good result. So not a complete leaving. How can I say?
Yeah, I know. I spoke with Richard some days ago, and he told me that you wanted to help the team on other competitions.
Yeah, I don't like being opportunist at 100%.
Yeah, but tell us about.
Interrupt, and I'm going to be just too good now. Bloody hell! What a crash! Daryl.
Yeah, I just saw that, and that's the problem I had in testing. So you just clip the tires just a little bit, and it just throws you off into the wall like that, and you can just get a massive crash.
Yeah, a massive crash from Darren. Dear Lord.
Not a good way to start the qualifying.
No,
session.
and you could see Hugo Pintus spinning in front of Darren. I'm not sure if that was the cause for Bailey's crash, but if it was,
could have been a distraction. Yeah. But
tell me who the hell is Hugo Pinto?
No. This is why we have Hugo here. He's so badass that he can correct me even in these situations. Amazing.
Anyway, continue
because of that.
Continue, Daryl, and then we have one or two more questions for Ricardo.
No, this is what I was just saying to my drivers when we've been testing. I said, I just gave out a warning to them. I said, this track will bite you if you go offline or just hit one of the tyres in the chicane or on the corners. It's enough to just throw you out of the race. And if you've noticed in some of the cars that got out in qualifying today, you can't, if you go offline, you will lose it. And that's the problem. You can't push it too hard on this circuit. That's what I've noticed anyway. You've got to not be too tempted to overstep that mile because, as I say, it will get you. As you can just see there, what happened with Darian, and we very nearly did it again.
Okay, Ricardo, tell us a little bit about your pole position, the lap that gave you the pole position.
Oh, the first thing I'm thinking about is nothing special. Why? Because I not invented anything new for making the lap time. Only found the ideal traction control. For example, in Barcelona, I preferred to turn it off. Here I used it, and I found a bit better for this track. And I think that it has been the main spot for the qualifying, and to found the two decks that I needed since a week ago when I started testing for qualifying. And the other stuff is that tonight I found my total pace. I can I took all the pieces of the puzzle of the lap, the best pieces, and put them together. And fortunately, I realized it tonight and not another time. So everything went fine, everything normal, everything smooth. How can I say? Something ideal. Yeah, ideal is the right word to describe the qualifying of tonight.
All right. So with this pole position here tonight for round one, what are your expectations for next Saturday's race?
How can I say? The anti-cuts really scare me, and especially during the overlapping. This time I told my team to have a different approach to the overlapping. So I think we are going to be really more conservative during the overlapping. So be sure that there are not going to be crashes, especially of course during the chicane, because a crash on the anti-cuts, on one of the anti-cuts, can really compromise the entire race, the entire work of this period.
Okay.
So I think we saw right 5 minutes ago the effect of these wonderful tires that are not so soft. No qualifying tires. I think there are endurance tires, of course.
Yeah, definitely. You were saying, Daryl?
No, I'm going to say my prediction on the race on Saturday is from the start, I think a lot of people will be coming off in the first corner because they'll be trying to take it flat out, and on cold tyres you drift off on there. There's going to be a lot of incidents.
Yeah. There was a tire. There was a tire rolling on the main straight. Someone crashed. Which is your prediction for the LMP1s and LMP2s, Ricardo, tonight?
I have to say, I have to admit that I really don't know, because when I try for the race, I never look at prototypes. But I have found. What? Sorry.
At least you admitted that you don't look at the prototypes.
Yeah, while I'm working, yes, and while I'm racing, no. I consider rules for first, you know. And how can I say? I really don't know how the qualifying will finish, because I don't know the effective driver and cars possibility.
Yeah, everything was mixed up. I mean, new cars, new teams. So everything is mixed up once again. Just looking at the timesheets now, we have Thomas Arnaud from 111 Racing. This is not a new. he was one of the top guys. So he is on P1 at the moment, 122.2. Project XTR, Ricardo Azevedo, 122.4. Gilles Sarrazins, 51 Racing 122.5. Karsten Willem from 3 Wide Motorsports 122.6, that's before. Cristiano Bohesef, I think that's how it's spelled, from Snowschatten Racing Team 122.7. Nuno Pinto from Lusitanium SR 123.2. Now we have the first LMP2 car from Jerome Decosne 124.3. I think he's from Spirit Endurance Hard, if I'm correct. Then we have Shane Berg from Simtech Jota 124.5. Darren Bailey from Rush Motorsport, which we saw crashing his car against those soft tires, like Ricardo was saying, 124.6. That's the 7th LMP1. Julien Dexmier 125.0 on P3 on the LMP2s. Zdenek Smarda 125.1 from Team RGPL. Felipe Gonçalves, Project XTR 125.2. Mikael Omelan from IRG World Racing 125.4. João Castelos from TMM 128.9. And Rudy Kuppen from Team Rock Racing still needs to put a lap time in. Closes the last position on the LMP1.
Just watching the times, and before you continue to interview both of the drivers that we have here, 2 seconds is the time that the LMP1 can lap a LMP2 car. That's not that much. I'm gonna ask Daryl. 2 seconds in a race. Is that like last year? Last year the cars were doing a lot more than 2 seconds a lap between LMP1 and LMP2.
No, I would say that that's quite realistic, really. 2 seconds, because if you see some of the lap times at the moment, what Shane's doing in the is it the Acura he's driving?
Exactly.
Yeah, he can actually lap. I mean, comparing his lap times to Darian's, and yeah, they're just about a second or two within. And I say, some P2 cars can actually give some of the P1 cars a bit of a run for his money, and that's what Shane's doing right now. Is closing the gap on the lap times to us. So we seem to be like fighting best of the rest at the moment with the fastest P2 so far.
Yep. And you've seen one of the art cars. That is the car from Project XCR.
Sorry for the interruption, but Caster Wilhelm first time under 1.22, 1.21.9, and watching at the odd laps, I think that both Caster and Gilles Sarrazin that have set 1.21.7, 1.21.8 can compete tonight for the P1 pole position, so the absolute pole position. I think we could take a measure look on them, because for now it's not so different the time, but it can get better and better.
Yeah, the difference from P1 to P6 on the LMP1s is less than 1 second.
That's a big train of cars. That's João Castelos, Rudy Kuppen from Team Rock Racing, and João Castelos from TMM, and then the other driver I couldn't see. That's Rudy Kuppen, and that's Desmer. This is the P1 at the moment. Caster Willem. That was the Euskadi car crashing into a wall.
There you have it.
Yeah.
He misses the front.
Yeah. I think you will see why I'm saying this. Bang!
He lost the rear, and that was it.
That's gonna be hard to bring to there. And this is the hard car that I was saying you. This is Ricardo Azevedo, Project XER 908.
This is a new Project XCR signed up one team on the LMP1's class. As you remember, they were on the LMP2s on the test races, and they decided to sign up another team, this time on the LMP1s, with Ricardo Azevedo, Pedro Gomes, and Daniel Gaspar.
Yep. Go on, Daryl. Daryl?
Yeah, I was going to say, who was it? The Peugeot 908, the blue one, it's a Toyota skin. I was thinking, why you got a Toyota skin on a Peugeot? It looks good though. It's a good skin. It's
not a Peugeot. It's a Ypsilon Euskadi. It's not a Peugeot. It's coupe, but it's not a Peugeot.
Oh, okay, yeah, it looks pretty good. when you got the front end still back on the car, but
yeah, this is the car, Arno. It is the skin from Toyota, but it's the Euskadi car, not the Peugeot.
We also have a Polish team. I was speaking with Michał Omelan a few minutes ago before the start of this qualifying session for the LMP1 and LMP2, and he told me that they laughed a lot last night when they heard the preview XRPM did in the person of Henrique for the WEC. That preview video you did.
Don't know who he is.
Yeah, he told me that they had too much fun hearing you pronouncing their names last night. They are a Polish team. It's a good. We have a team from Poland.
I said the names are correct, didn't I? This gun they're passing by and flashing their lights. Oh, almost.
Nice exit.
Yeah.
Almost crossing to Zmarda and Arnold too. But as for the Polish guys, sorry.
Actually, they are. I think they will sign one more team in the LMGTs, and they will be racing next Saturday as well.
Yep.
So new GT teams are coming. Yep. Tonight we had the Night Dream team from Alex Molnar signing up at the last hour. They managed to do some laps on the qualifying session. They will be racing next Saturday, and now everything is pointing to a new team from IRG World Racing. I'm not sure if they will register the team on this name or not, but I can assure you that we will have two more teams next Saturday on the LMGT class.
Exactly. So half an hour is finishing then.
11 minutes to go, to be precise.
Yep. 11 minutes to go on to qualify for the LMP1 and LMP2 cars of the first round of the Endurance Championship, and that's gone there, going very sideways on the exit from the last chicane into the pit straight, which is not that big compared to the straight of Salzburgring of last night. On NLC Trophy. Daryl, presumably, or Ricardo, one of you, presumably you guys drove on this track before. Is that straight, the back straight, that big? Can you make a difference in slipstream? Let's just say.
Funny enough, when I was testing, I thought our car was like a brick for downforce, but yeah, you can actually get a good draft of the car front and pull out to overtake, and I did that a couple of times last night in testing, following the P1 or P2, get the toe, and yeah, you can gain some pretty good drafting for overtaking. The best overtaking spot for that is the first hairpin.
Yeah, Adelaide. It's a good woman name. If you are in Portugal, in England, maybe it isn't. But yeah, you can get a tow and slingshot then on the straight. That's good. You're gonna see some overtakes then on that big.
Yeah,
like,
there's gonna be some like heavy braking into that chicane, and
somebody's
maybe
gonna pass.
Yeah, and some people are probably outbrake themselves as well.
Yeah, another Porsche Spider, RS Spider Evo, I think. I think it's the Evo car. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's the Evo. Trendy back end of the Evo. How, Daryl? Asking you because Ricardo is racing in GT, and I'm gonna go to the GT in a minute, Ricardo. Just hang on.
Okay.
How hard is to drive an LMP2 car on this track?
Well, if the track surface is anything like the real surface at Magny-Cours, I mean the real track surface at Magny-Cours is supposed to be smooth, like it's on a snooker table or a billiard table.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. You got to be careful when you're clipping the apexes, especially with the ones that've got, like for example, if you're just seeing on the broadcast now, if you get that final chicane wrong and hit the tyre walls, or even ride too much curbing, you're going to go into a spin and end up in that pit wall there. But also some of the fast chicanes where you got the tyre walls right on the apex. If you take too much apex and clip that tyre wall, as you've seen with Darian, you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble. And like I said, I've done it a couple of times in practicing, and as you can see, quite a few people have done it in qualifying so far at the moment. But it's in the P1 car. Yeah, I would say it's 50-50. It can be difficult if you haven't got the car set up right. And what I found out with my car setup is I had to go for harder springs. And on our car, on our setup, the spring is absolutely maxed out, as stiff as you can get. But you can still spin the car. I mean, I've had a bit of problem with it oversteering now and again when I've been testing. Yeah, the grip level is a bit hit and miss as well. I mean, one day you would have grip, next minute you won't, and it can sometimes just throw your setup out the window. One minute you think, oh yeah, I've got the perfect setup, then you go practicing the next day or something, and then you're back at square one again, and that's what happened to me.
Yeah, I agree. Even if I'm driving a GT car, I totally agree with you, Darren. For example, to make a comparison with Barcelona, my situation, I don't know the other drivers, but my situation was so different from ordinary tracks. This is a really tricky track for many reasons. I think that the first is the grip level. Here we have a good grip level, and this confirm what you say on the spring rate. Usually, when you are promoted to use stiffer springs, is because you need less weight transfer to turn or to go on the throttle, and this usually means more grip. This grip create a problem. It's tricky because when you get into the chicanes, the fast chicanes, you have to be you have to be, how can I say, millimetric, because if you use too much steer, you take oversteer and then crash. On the other side, if you use not much steer, all the grip you have stays on the rear axle and doesn't permit you to turn. So yeah, it can be a really tricky situation, and For this reason, I found this track really more easy with hard tires than super soft tires, because of course the grip level, the overall grip level that you feel is lower, and this tricky situation get lower too.
Yep, I was gonna ask if it was hard to drive a GT, and Ricardo was ahead of me on that one. Thank you, Ricardo, and thank you, Bailey, Darian. Not Bailey, Daryl. Hugo, how is the times?
Well, Carsten from 3 Wide Motorsport still has P1 on the LMP1 class with a 121.9. Ricardo Azevedo from Project XTR on P2 at the moment with a 122.1. Thomas Arnaud from Triple One Racing on P3. Now he was overtaken by Nuno Pinto from Lusitanium SR. So Pinto goes third, 122.2. Arnaud, like I was saying, 122.268. Gilles Sarrazin from 51 Racing, 122.3 on position number 5th. Snow Shatten Racing Team on P6, 122.6. Rudy Kupan from Team Rock Racing, P7, 122.9. Then we have the first of the LMP2s, Jérôme Decosne, 124.1. On P9 we have Darren Bailey from Rush Motorsport, 124.1. Shane Burke from Simtech Jota, the second of the LMP2s, 124.5. Julien Dexmier, 124.9 on P3. P4 for Mikael Omlan from ERG World Racing, 124.9. Zdenek Zmarda from Team RGPL, 125.1 on P5. Then we have on P6 Project XTR Felipe Gonçalves, 125.2. And closing the pack from TMM, João Castelos, 127.3. I was checking the Extreme RPM forum 1 minute ago, and I checked that IRG World Racing just signed up for the LMGTs, like I was saying earlier on. They will be racing with the Porsche next Saturday.
Yeah.
So another GT.
Good.
Yeah, another GT, and we were watching Shane Burke with the Simtech Jota car, and now we were watching Michael Omela. Well, when we were watching Mr. Shane Burke, apparently he's braking unnecessarily, because I think if you've been watching, you've seen him clip the brakes on the straight. That's not normal, but it could be a steering wheel problem for Shane Burke. Bad connection or something like that. Mr. Michael Omel. Sorry,
I was going to say, I noticed Shane had in the past with some of the previous races had a few problems with his steering wheel. Maybe that's the same problem that's happening here today.
Yeah. If you're watching the broadcast, you could see him clip the brakes on the straight, so that's not a very good sign. That's he's losing there 2 or 3 tenths.
Yeah, it can be an hardware problem. I had the same problem in this week with my old my super old steering wheel I was using till that moment, Microsoft Sidewinder, something like 10 years, long white beard.
Sorry to interrupt, we are on the last 30 seconds of this qualifying session.
Keep going, keep talking. You can finish this.
Nothing more important. But by the way, I was having the same problem, and it was a hardware problem. So there are some tricks like dead zones to fix it, but the drive is a bit compromised.
Yep. João Castelos doing his final lap, possibly, on this qualify for the first race of Endurance Championship of XRPM.
So, Thomas Arnaud keeps his 4th position.
Yeah, that's it.
He did not improve this time. Oh, Mikael Omlan, he crashed. We have now Schenberg finishing his lap as well. P2 for Schenberg.
Yeah, he clipped the inside of the left under of the chicane, last chicane, and that's it. When you clip that thing, it's game over. Amela didn't finish his last lap. Mr. Rudy Koppen is finishing his last lap on the Acura from or the Zytek.
So
I think it's the Zytek from Team Rock Racing.
no, it isn't. I believe it isn't. It's the Creation.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Zytek is used by the Snow Shuttle Racing team.
Yeah.
So there you have
And
it.
they are blue too. So.
Karsten Willem from 3 Wide Motorsport, pole position for Magny-Cours next Saturday, race number 1 of the World Endurance Championship.
John Castells there, braking very late for that corner, and I think that's it. Cars on track, there's no more. Nope, there's no more cars on track. So we're gonna change for the logo. There it is.
We still have some more time. We will try to have a word with
A couple of drivers.
Yeah, a couple of drivers from the prototypes. Daryl, not the best qualifying session for you guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how Darian did. He got his time right down. He got just out of the high 123s. And I just was saying to him over on TeamSpeak, we're going to start nominating him now to do the qualifying.
Yeah, you could have been better, but not bad.
That lap time is just done there, 121.174 is his best personal best so far. So yeah, hats off to him, and I just hope he can keep it up in the race. You know, to keep the pace. Stay out of trouble.
Exactly. You guys, what's the strategy? Obviously, I don't want you guys to mess your strategy for Saturday. But what do you can say to us about your strategy on Saturday, both of you? As for Daryl and Ricardo.
From my side, nothing different than the other time. The only thing I think that is quite sure for everybody is that this is a tricky track, so you having an aggressive strategy, so higher pit stops and lower race pace could be a risk, but could be the right solution. And because I don't know, in prototypes, no, I think that in prototypes the difference is higher, but from qualifying to race setting, so maximum speed and minimum speed, the difference is quite important. And yeah, it could be really interesting on Saturday. Stay alert and looking at the pit stop, the first pit stops moment, because it can be really indicative on the race strategy. Only this, simply.
And for you there, before we go to the next round.
Well, our race strategy, we're just going to be going. I've just been telling everybody just take it easy. We're going to just basically just go out to the finish. Try and look after the tyres. Try and conserve your fuel, because I know we might get somewhere on the fuel stops if we could conserve the fuel, because we're not going to get anywhere starts compared to the leaders on pace, but we might see if we can beat them on pit stops. So that's what we're going to tend to do. Stay out of trouble. Try not to hit the A-pitches too much, and clipping those tyres. And yeah, let's basically just take it easy and just let the race come to us, and just watch the GT traffic, watch the P2s, and just take it from there. We're just going for the finish and get some points, and no, just take it from there. I know one thing I've got to do though, I've got to get the other two drivers to get their asses into gear and start practicing.
Yeah.
Okay, we also have some more drivers to interview. Shane Burke from Simtech Jota. Shane, good night.
Hello.
Hello, you guys got P2 if I'm correct. Was this the best position you could achieve tonight?
I don't know. I think we've gone wrong way on downforce. I think obviously I won't say what I done with downforce, but I think it was wrong. And then I was listening to the commentating while I was qualifying, and you guys noticed my brake was being applied down a straight, so I think I might have a little problem with the brakes on my pedals. So yeah, it was a surprise that I went that quick. I found like 2 or 3 tenths there in my first lap, but I think as the session went on I was only getting slower and slower, so yeah, lots of work needed.
Yeah, the pack has been mixed up, like we were saying earlier on during this broadcast. New cars, new teams. What do you expect for next Saturday?
Well, I think the first problem for us P2s is we have LMP1s in our way. We have some mixed with us, so that's going to be a slight problem. But nah, I think we've kind of had a short time to test. Well, I've been doing some races in other leagues to get used to the new physics from enduro racers. So we still haven't got our heads around these slightly new physics, and then earlier on, like 2 months ago or whenever, you guys give us a new mod, and it took us a while to kind of crack that, and then with things changing it's back to square one. So to us, round 1 will be just a test session. Then unfortunately we'll miss Le Mans as it's clashing with the real life 6 hours of Silverstone, which a lot of us English and Irish teams are going to, so well, there's going to be a lot of people missing.
Yeah, some teams asked us to change the Le Mans date. We are considering that possibility. Probably we will contact all the teams signed up on this championship about changing the Le Mans date.
We can make a vote.
Yeah, we will contact it. We will contact the teams probably via personal message or via email, not in the poll, because that way other users can vote and can can put the results. How do I say? Not fair results. You know, some people from other championships
not fully corrected.
Yeah, exactly. Can vote on this poll. So we will contact the teams via personal message or email, and we might ask if it's not a problem to reschedule the Le Mans date. But if we do reschedule the Le Mans date, it will be 1 week earlier or 1 week after the date we have at this point.
Alright, after talking for 20 minutes, Hugo didn't say anything else. But anyway, Shane, you said you might have a problem with your brake pad. As I was saying, when you are on the straight, sometimes the brake lights come up.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. So that's the problem that you have. It's the brake lights coming on a straight, which
isn't right.
Yeah, at the beginning I thought, well, he's braking a lot, and then I realized that was kind of a problem. So you have to sort that thing off, otherwise your gloves won't save you from the brakes.
I think if I didn't have that problem anyways, I don't think I still would have got pole. I forget who I got pole or who got pole. My head is kind of fried, so it was unbelievable. It was some lap from them.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank
you.
you.
Clean your pedals out.
Mm.
Or maybe you have a heavy left foot and you brake too much. It could happen.
Yeah.
It's not the first one.
I think that was a very good result, considering all that issues you had. P2 on the LMP2s is a nice result for round 1.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. So thank you, Shane. I don't know
Thank
if
you very
anyone
much.
else have a question for Shane. We have some more drivers to interview. Nuno Pinto from Lusitanium SR. Nuno,
Hi guys.
how was your qualifying tonight?
It was good, I think. I didn't practice at all for this race. For this qualified, sorry.
Well, we noticed that.
I crashed sometimes.
Yeah.
And I did not make a setup for this qualify, so I was still making the setup, improving the setup.
So, from top of my head,
it wasn't a bad result. I think.
yeah, from top of my head, I think Lusitanium SR got P3.
Yes.
If I'm correct.
Yes, P3.
Yeah, not bad considering that. So next Saturday, who will be racing alongside with you?
David Rego and Givernal, João Lopes.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you talk in Portuguese, nobody will understand. And you are up here again with me. You said on the starting grid that you wouldn't be up here too often, and you still here. But anyway, moving on. We have Mr. Darian Bailey, and we're gonna get back to Nuno Pinto in a minute. We have to talk about Darian because our time is finishing, and we have to be quick. So, Mr. Hugo, do the interview because I'm tired.
Lazy bastard. Okay,
Oi!
Darian Bailey. Hello, Darian. Good night.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah, not the easiest
Don't-
qualifying for you.
Don't say that. Don't.
Now
say
you
that.
shut up. You didn't want to interview Darian. Now you stay. You stay put, please. Anyway, Darian, not the easiest qualifying for you. We started qualifying with the camera on your car, and we saw a big crash from you on those tires. How was it? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a wild ride. One of the guys in front of me, he actually hit the first part of the chicane and flew out to the left. And I thought, hey, I could do that too. And I hit the other one and flew out to the right, I guess.
Well, that man that you're talking about is there. Is Nuno Pinto.
Is you.
Yeah, you have to pay Rush Motorsport a new car. There's a new Audi to pay for next Saturday.
Yeah, that actually, when that happened, that brought up something that might go on in the race, actually. Other cars crashing off into the chicane might cause a big distraction, so definitely have to practice for that up for the race.
Yeah, remember this is a 6-hour race, so you have to be very careful with those tires on those chicanes. Otherwise,
Oh, yeah.
your race might be over. If you push too hard, I bet the race will be over right in that moment.
If I was a team manager, I would say, go fast, just go slowly near the tires.
Good point.
Just that, because if you go and you saw that with Nuno. Nuno went a little touch on the tires from the left-hander of the last chicane, and he just went poof.
Have you decided who will start the race for you guys next Saturday?
Yeah.
Darian.
It's not Ricardo.
I wouldn't really want to release that information right now, but we're staying very flexible based on our progress up until the race. You know, seeing who else might be starting and basing our stuff off of that, because we know we're not as fast as the other guys, but we might have a tactical advantage for that race.
So hiding the game, and Hugo didn't learn yet how to interview a guy. Anyway.
Anyway, carry on. How do you feel about these new cars? The mod changed. We had to change the mod because the other one was giving us too much problems with the server crashes and all. Do you think that this mod was the best choice? I mean, at least now we don't have server crashes anymore, and everything is running smoothly, and we expect to have a good championship. How do you expect this mod to behave on the long races?
On the long races, I think this mod will do pretty good. It's a proven mod. It's been working for years, I believe. So we shouldn't be expecting any disconnects at any time. So that's a good thing. We could use our tactical advantage for an even longer amount of time instead of everybody restarting after red flag restart or something like that.
Yeah,
I agree with everything that Darian told us, and for my point of view, I think that in prototype category is quite interesting, because in the end there are quite a lot of different cars. In GT we are only Porsche and Ferrari, unfortunately, but I think that is not the main spot of a championship. There is the competition, the race. Tonight we saw interesting qualifying, I think, especially from prototypes, and yeah, watching at the times, they are really tight, so it's going to be a really interesting race. And you know, we all know that the main spot of the previous mode was the cars disponibility, the different kind of cars, the major different kind of cars. But if this is the right choice to make the endurance races without problems, is of course this as the priority for my point of view.
Yeah. Ricardo, are you getting tired of talking English? It's because your breathing is getting higher. Anyway, moving on. Ricardo, I'm gonna finish this thing. I promise. Scout word. No, last question.
Okay.
Who is gonna start your race, if you can reveal it, or if you there you go. And about the race strategy, do you guys plan to do a safer race? This meaning strategy on pit strategy on using less fuel and doing less pits, or like Bailey basically, or is a flat out no nonsense race like last year?
I think we are going to save fuel. Best thing
It's
for
gonna
this
be-
mod.
Yeah, it's gonna be like they're in Bailey, that team.
Yes, I think so.
Go on.
Yeah, just before closing this broadcast, just letting everyone know that we have a new championship, the Trustmaster Nations World Cup. We have it will be a championship using the former BMW mod. It's sponsored by Trustmaster. We will have a prize to the seat holder, to the winning seat holder nation. So yeah, go to our forums at extremrpm.org and register on this championship. We just had a new sign up from Team France. So if your nation is not yet taken, go ahead and register on this championship.
Yep, as Hugo said, we're gonna finish. So thank you, boys, and boys being Nuno Pinto, Darren Bailey, Daryl Russell, and Ricardo Corazari and Schinberg for the interviews.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you too.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Hugo, for co-hosting with me this program.
It was a pleasure. See you all next Saturday, 11 a.m. for round 1 of the World Endurance
What
Championship.
pleasure. I'm talking pleasure here, dear Lord. Anyway, moving on. We have to finish this thing. So, guys, thank you for watching. Next Saturday will be the race in Magny-Cours. Will be a 6-hour race, correct?
Exactly.
6-hour race of Magny-Cours from round 1 of Extreme RPM Endurance Championship. From me and Hugo and Extreme RPM TV, it's a goodbye. See you on Saturday.
Bye bye.
Bye.